Glad to have you with us here on this brisk morning. Say the wind is going to blow a little bit today. Okay, let's get right to it. December, Meals on Wheels. Talked to a lady last night who said she listens every day just to listen to see what the menu is. Virginia, I appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you and old boy day. Here we go. Dining room's open from 11 to 1 Monday through Friday. Senior citizens meal $7, regular meals $8. Everybody is welcome. Today, enchilada casserole, Spanish rice, hominy, and apple dump cake. That's what's on the menu today at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Enchilada casserole, Spanish rice, hominy, apple dump cake. You can call in your order 225-5821. They're located at 1510 West 9th Street. They're in Fairview Village. Again, everyone is welcome. The Carnegie Caravan, they're bringing those books right to you. The Bookmobile, the Carnegie Caravan, Friends of the Carnegie Library. Free books delivered to you by the Friends of the Library. Have trouble reading regular print? Ask them about a program that's free that could help. For books, call the library at 225-0136 in the Elk City area, 225-0136. And the Friends of the Carnegie Library will hook you right up. Nominate a hero. It's Christmas time. A lot of these people, they don't want to be recognized, but you know what? They need to be recognized because what they do makes a difference. You know, a Selfless Western Oklahoma, nominate a Santa's Christmas hero. $250 prize from one of our KECO sponsors will be awarded to each one of these heroes. You can tell us their story at KECOFM.com. Takes just a few minutes to put their information down and nominate these people. Help us spotlight Western Oklahoma's quiet do-gooders. Nominate a Santa's Christmas hero. You have between now and the 23rd of December, Christmas Eve at 11:59 p.m. Go to KECOFM.com and tell us their story. It's going to be a big ribbon cutting at the Elk City Airport and Terminal and Hangar at 101 Norman Martin Boulevard in Elk City. Next Wednesday, December the 17th, 10:30 a.m. It's the ribbon cutting ceremony for Elk City's Airport Terminal and Hangar. They updated that terminal. It was like a step back into time in the 1960s. And so go out there and check that out. Everybody is welcome. There'll be a lot of dignitaries in town for that. Fridays and Saturdays, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Between now and, the 20th of December, it's Christmas in the Park. Go by and check it all out. So they got the nighttime miniature golf, horse-drawn carriage rides, double-decker bus, Santa and Mrs. Claus, Candy Cane Express train, Centennial Carousel, Holly Jolly Trolley, and the Cub Scouts hot chocolate, all the good stuff at Elk City's Christmas in the Park. Again, that is Friday and Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every weekend between now and the weekend before Christmas. Go ahead and check out the KECO Christmas tree. We got one of those sponsored Christmas trees up as they started to decorate the north end of the park, which I think is amazing. The park looks great, and they're always adding new stuff. So go by there and check that out if you can. All righty now. West Texas Intermediate. New York Mercantile Exchange up 12 cents, trading at $58.37 a barrel on a January contract. Brent crude oil on the ICE Futures Exchange up 9 cents, trading at $62.03. February contract out of London. Tilcom crude oil out of Tokyo, down 150 yen per kiloliter on a December contract. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 3 cents, but still trading at $4.54 per million BTU. Some of the refined products are Bob gasoline on the Merc is up down 49 cents to 178.48 January contract. Everything else is up. Heating oil is up $1.47 to $227.48. Gas oil on the New York Mercantile Exchange December contract up $6.25 to $654.75 per metric ton. Is Remember When Wednesday. We'll be going back in time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society. It's kind of a couple of reasons, like the prices of oil are sliding just a little bit. It's basically the Oklahoma energy stocks finished yesterday, split between those regarding recording gains and those with losses. But concerns in two areas led the way for falling oil prices. One was the pending decision on U.S. interest rates. The other is the continuing worry about whether peace between Russia and Ukraine might mean increased global supplies of crude oil. Adding to the decline in prices was the restored production of Lukoil's West Kurna 2 oil field in Iraq, one of the largest in the world. So that was a couple of reasons that there is a little slide in the oil prices. That peace between Ukraine and Russia, I'm not sure. I'm almost to the point of where if I support Trump, I'm just saying, I'm just walking away from it. You guys want to continue to kill and destroy your countries, then, get you some. It's so strange to me. It takes 5 of the 8 Supreme Court justices to override a presidential edict. Why is it just one or just a very handful of activist judges from the 700 federal judges are able to do this? So, months after 17 states sued the president over his ban of new wind power projects in the U.S., a federal judge this week struck down the sweeping ban. Some call it a major victory for the wind industry after Judge Patty Saris of the U.S. District Court for the District of Massachusetts. It's always those daggum Yankees. Ruled the ban was arbitrary and capricious and contrary to law. The ruling in effect throughout the president's action in total. The president issued a memorandum on January 20th halting permits and leases for offshore and onshore wind farms pending federal review. Sarah said that federal agencies had failed to provide a reasoned explanation for such a drastic change in U.S. policy, reported CNBC. The states were led by New York Attorney General Letitia. I just frauded the government out of millions of dollars, and a man, a crook myself, James, who argued the president's ban created an existential threat to the wind industry. Okay, where were all these people whenever Brandon came up and had all these sweeping, hey, can't build, or gotta build those. When he was saying you had to do it, where were all these people then? Boy, it's just, I want to see some people going to jail. I want to see these judges having their wings clipped, and their seats given up. I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired of judicial overreach, and it has continued to get worse and worse. I don't know what the answer is. I know I pray for this nation every day because it's there are a lot of things going on right now that's just it's just hard to explain. Maybe it's all part of a plan to get these people to rear their heads and come out of their holes to find out exactly who they are, but it's still hard to be patient and wait. Well, Oklahoma Governor Stitt, he admits he's frustrated over the lack of action on possible development of the state's newest proposed data center, which will be on the state-owned land near Lawton. We talked about this proposed data center. You're supposed to lease them, said the governor in response to an inquiry by Oklahoma Watch. You put them out to bid, and you're supposed to go to the highest bidder. That's the way I feel about it. Some of my colleagues disagree with me, and that's the way the system works. As chairman of the State School Land Commission, the governor referred to last spring's auction for a long-term lease on a 338-acre piece of land on the eastern side of Lawton. It was won by Boomtown Manufacturing, LLC, but the final agreement before the commissioners of the land office has been delayed since the April auction. Some commissioners were concerned about more transparency for the neighbors of the site, while State Auditor and Inspector Cindy Bird favored selling the land rather than leasing it. Governor Stitt says the commissioners have a duty to get the best returns on behalf of education in the state. If you're not aware, there are lands that are owned by the state school systems, and it's like it says, the governor is the he's the head of that oversees those state-owned school lands. I agree with the governor. If the deal is to lease them, then lease them. Now people are crawdadding back. And of course, we talked yesterday with, Mr. Holt, and he was talking about how we have got to maintain our place in the artificial intelligence, the AI, and we can't just sit back and watch everybody else go full guns and us say, well, let's just kind of wait and see. We need to jump in and be a part of this too, and lead the way, basically, because if not, we're going to get taken advantage of. It's going to, it's going to hurt all sectors: our ag, our energy, transportation, everything, and military. So we got to have these data centers. But now I'm also inclined to agree with Mr. Holt that the people that are wanting to put these in, they need to do their due diligence. They need to make sure that there's ample water, there's ample space, there's ample electricity, there's ample workforce to be able to come in and put these things in. We've got to make sure that where these things go are where they should go, because they're needed. We've got to have them. So anyway, I'm going to continue to follow this little story here down around the Lawton area and see how that goes. But it's it's kind of interesting to see how the people that are against it and why they're against it. And again, as my conversation yesterday with the president of the Consumers Energy Alliance, you got to just wonder why the fear factor, why people are coming in here and trying to scare everybody about the whole thing. Come in and show us what you're going to do. Show us why you're going to do it, how you're going to do it, instead of just saying, hey, we're doing it, and like it or lump it. Communication, education, that's the key. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with Back in Time, the American Oil and Gas Historical Society's Remember When Wednesday, right after this.
Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
Saying the world is coming to an end is it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist.
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Windy Nissan of Elk City. If you're looking for a great deal on a new or used vehicle, you can find it right here at Windy Nissan. With payments starting as low as $249 a month, no payments up to 90 days, as little as $0 down approvals, and also enjoy up to $7,500 off new 2025 Nissan Pathfinders, Armadas, and Muranos in stock here at Windy Nissan of Elk City. Windy Nissan has a great selection of inventory available with over 200 new and used vehicles to choose from. We have half-ton four-wheel drive pickups. We have diesel four-wheel drive trucks. We have large SUVs. We have small SUVs, your affordable sedans for your first-time drivers. We truly have something for everybody here at Windy Nissan of Elk City, Oklahoma. And with over 30 banks to choose from, we have financing for nearly everyone. You can view all of our inventory right here at 114 Access Road in Elk City, Oklahoma, or at windynissan.com. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ascoeq.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in the season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out and see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. The price savings it's huge for them.
Fine Line wants your car, and they're going to pay you for it. Top dollar. Call Steve Jones at Fine Line, 225-9111, 225-9111. Make some money.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Okay. Yes. ASCO Equipment, one of 27 locations throughout the United States. Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. We have one right here. 513 West 20th Street. Branch manager is Jeremy Bridgman. You can call him and talk to him, 323-3422. Online at ascoeq.com. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent, ASCO Equipment, they want to be a partner in your project. They fit your needs and your budget. It's the big stuff. Tractors, backhoes, excavators, forklift compactors, cranes, excavators. When you partner with ASCO, their equipment repair shop ensures quick and efficient heavy equipment repair and construction equipment and maintenance. They'll work on your equipment, no matter where you bought it, when you bought it, what brand it is. 200 factory-trained certified technicians on staff, 24/7 service, equipped with over 140 field service trucks, $21 million worth of equipment parts in stock, and they have affordable equipment rental options, even rent-to-own, trade-in programs. On the equipment side, Bart Shields. On the rental side, it's E.J. Gredeman. ASCOEQ.com online. ASCOEQ.com. Fred's Steakhouse. Appetizers, sure to please everyone. Wood chips, fried pickles, cheese curds, mushrooms, Rocky Mountain oysters, just to name a few. Maybe seafood, that's what you crave. They've got grilled and fried shrimp, fish tacos. They've got, grilled salmon and fried freshwater catfish. 7 kinds of chicken. Grilled, barbecue, teriyaki, mushroom, baja, and, of course, fried chicken. Numerous side options available. Fresh salads, freshly baked rolls made daily in their in-house bakery. Home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak. It just goes on and on. Fred's Steakhouse. Cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts, or they have a full-service bar. Your favorite cocktails, wine, specialty drinks, and ice-cold beer. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event located at 2107 South Main Street. Call 580-243-2100 or order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tell the owner, Daryl Kelly, we sent you. DCP Services, diversified oilfield company offering the right services with the right people on the job. Terry and Jeff Davis, Toby and Carly, all the good folks at Davis. DCP Services. You can find them on Facebook. Got that roustabout division, lease operators division, wireline division. It has both braided and slick line capabilities, and DCP's pump repair shop in Cordell. Call Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501. 660-0501. If not, just give him a text and tell him, hey, thanks for sponsoring the Exploring Energy Radio Show. All right, going to get right to it here. I'm going to get over here and click that banner, and then we're going to go back in time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org, on this Remember When Wednesday. December 8th, 1931, Advanced Blowout Preventer was patented, improving upon the success of the Cameron Ironworks mechanically operated ram-style blowout preventer. James Abercrombie patented a fluid pressure-operated blowout preventer designed to operate instantaneously to prevent a blowout when an emergency arises. Abercrombie and partner Harry Cameron in 1926 had patented the first practical ram-type blowout preventer, the BOP, designed in Cameron's Hubbell, Texas machine shop. Abercrombie would receive 30 U.S. patents, become one of Houston's most generous philanthropists. Cameron International was acquired by Schlumberger in 2016. December 9th, 1921, discovery of anti-knock properties of leaded gas. Working for General Motors, scientists Thomas Migley Jr. and Charles Kettering discovered the anti-knock properties of triethyl lead. They had spent years examining properties of knock suppressors such as bromine and iodine, but when tetraethyl lead, diluted to a ratio of 1 part per thousand, was added to the gasoline of one-cylinder engines, the knocking suddenly and abruptly disappeared. GM's leaded compound went on sale for the first time on February 2nd, 1923 at a service station in Dayton, Ohio. High-octane leaded gas would prove vital during World War II, even as concerns about tetraethyl lead's serious health dangers continued to grow. These concerns resulted in its phase-out for use in cars beginning in 1976. Tetraethyl lead has continued to be used in aviation fuel. And you can learn more about that in ethyl, anti-knock gas. I can remember pumps that said ethyl. December 9th, 1924, Oklahoma boom at Seminole. Drilling in the greater Seminole area of Oklahoma, Amarada Petroleum Corporation discovered the Bethel oil field and its highly pressurized formation, the Wilcox Sand. The discovery launched another drilling boom in an area where 1 year earlier, independent producer Joe Cromwell had found the Seminole oil field at a depth of about 3,500 feet. By 1926, yet another discovery opened the Earlsboro field, followed within days by a discovery well that produced 1,100 barrels of oil a day from the Seminole City field. December 10th, 1844, the future Coal Oil Johnny adopted in Pennsylvania. A baby who would grow up to become famously known as Coal Oil Johnny was adopted by Culbertson and Sarah McClintock. John Steele was brought home to the McClintock farm on the banks of Oil Creek in Venango County, Pennsylvania. The petroleum drilling boom, prompted by Edwin L. Drake's discovery 15 years later, the first commercial U.S. oil well, would lead to the widow McClintock making a fortune in oil royalties. She left the money to Johnny when she died in 1864. At age 20, he inherited $24,500 and $2,800 a day in royalties. Do the math on that. $2,800 a day, 365. Woo! Coal Oil Johnny Steele earned his name in 1865 after such a legendary year of extravagance that the New York Times later reported in his day, Steele was the greatest spender the world had ever known. He threw away $3 million. That's $50 million in today's money in less than a year. You learn more about that in the legend of Coal Oil Johnny. December the 10th, 1955. Life magazine features Stella Dysert's uranium well. Miss Stella Dysert spent decades fruitlessly searching for oil in New Mexico. Some questionable business dealings led to bankruptcy in the late 1930s. But in 1955, a radioactive uranium sample from one of her failed oil wells made her a very wealthy woman. Dysert was 78 years old when Life magazine featured her picture with the caption, "Wealthy landowner Miss Stella Dysert stands before an abandoned oil rig which she set up on her property in long vain search for oil. Now uranium is being mined there, and Miss Dysert, swathed in a mink coat, gets a clump royalty." Just 3 years before the article, Dysert had been $25,000 in debt. And when cuttings from one of her dusters in McKinley County registered strong Geiger counter readings, test wells confirmed that she owned the world's richest deposit of high-grain uranium ore. You can learn more about that Miss Dysert's uranium well. I'm going to take a quick break and come back with a story that has some local ties That and more as we continue our Remember When Wednesday track through time with AOGHS.org, the American Oil and Gas Historical Society's website. Stick around. We'll be back with more Remember When Wednesday right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show. Timber, Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberokla.com.
Looking for the perfect venue for your next event? Look no further than the Frisco Center, located in the heart of Western Oklahoma. Whether it's a stunning wedding, a joyful reception, a memorable birthday party, or a professional seminar, we've got you covered. With spacious rooms and exceptional service, Frisco Center is designed to make your special occasion unforgettable. Located at 101 South 4th Street in Clinton, Oklahoma. Call us today at 580-323-7874 to book your date. The Frisco Center, where every event is a reason to celebrate.
Children's Health Foundation has improved the lives of Oklahoma children with research, education, and care. For more than 40 years, Children's Health Foundation has raised over $155 million towards 18 pediatric initiatives, including cancer and heart programs. 75% of Oklahoma pediatricians are supported by Children's Health Foundation, and every cent raised stays in the state of Oklahoma. Change kids' health, change the future. Learn more at chfkids.com.
This Christmas, shop local. The Depot Trading Company Men's and More store in downtown Elk City is your destination for a great selection of men's clothing, plus the most unique men's, pets, and household gifts, barbecue grills, spices, accessories, and outdoor party gear. Check out their 50% off rack while you're there. The Depot Trading Company Men's and More store, 318 South Main Street in downtown Elk City. This Christmas, come on in and enjoy the ride.
Hi, it's Andy Taylor. We're living in some very turbulent times. It's easy to get discouraged in the normal course of life, but the good news is God has all the answers. His presence and companionship always makes all the difference. A big part of what we do at Trinity Fellowship is to help people in the process of coming into relationship with the Father. We'd love to help you. Our services start at 10 a.m. on Sunday. You can find us on our Trinity Fellowship Facebook page, or you can listen right here on KECO at 9:30. We'd love to have you be part of our family.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavor 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Try the penny news for your business. It's the little paper with a big punch.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil is the same specifications, lubricates the same as the designer brands, but costs a lot less. Camrock's oil costs less. For folks who use a lot of oil, you save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. CamrockSupply.com. CamrockSupply.com. Locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, and Ulysses, Kansas. It's Camrock. 3 local guys with local ties doing business with their community. Online, Camrock. CamrockSupply.com. And David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Great supporter of the show, good friend, and an excellent certified mineral manager. If you're looking for help doing that for you, if you have minerals and royalties, you're trying to manage them, or you need somebody to help you manage them, this is your guy. He's been doing it for himself and others for nearly 50 years now. Managing royalty and mineral rights is complicated. It's always changing. David has the experience to help you navigate through every aspect of that and get you the most out of your royalties. Plus, he's a man you'll be glad you're doing business with. He is an investment, not an expense. Imagine the time you get back that you spend doing that when you know it's getting done right. by David Allen Guest. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell you don't want to be taken advantage of in that area, David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies, and he will treat you fairly. David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. Call him today, 405-341-8698, 341-8698, or look him up on the intraweb. That's David Allen Guest, certified mineral manager. Okay. Getting right to it here, American Hose and Supply. For you to keep making money, your equipment and your machinery have to keep running. American Hose and Supply, they'll help you do that. Very simple. If you need hoses built before you need them or when you need them, they can do it. Put the ends on it, make it as long as you need it. The pressure rating, you know, they've got suction, discharge. It doesn't make any difference. Whatever you need, they've got it. Go to those who know hose. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Call 303-1123. Okay, going to put this lovely picture up for you in this description as we continue our track through time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Said it's got a little close to home here. Well, December 10th, 1967, Project Gas Buggy test nuclear fracturing. Government scientists detonated a 29-kiloton nuclear warhead in a natural gas well about 60 miles east of Farmington, New Mexico. It was fracking, late 1960s style, designed to test the feasibility of using nuclear explosions to stimulate the release of gas trapped in the shale deposits. Project Gas Buggy included experts from the Atomic Energy Commission, the Bureau of Mines, and El Paso Natural Gas Company near 3 low-production natural gas wells. The team drilled to a depth of 4,240 feet, lowered a 13-foot by 18-inch diameter nuclear device into the borehole. The experimental explosion was part of a series of federal projects known as Plowshare, created in the late 1950s to explore peaceful uses of nuclear devices. The Project Gas Buggy downhole detonation created a molten gas-lined cavern 160 feet wide, 330 feet tall that collapsed within seconds. The well produced 295 million cubic feet of natural gas, but the gas was radioactive and was useless. The reason I say it's close to home, our Parker drilling rig 114 downtown, it was part of that Plowshare program. It was part of that gas buggy deal. At one time, it was one of the largest, land drilling rigs in the country. And the government leased that from Parker, and they helped with these. Not the initial one, but they did 3 of these before they figured out, hey, well, maybe this just ain't working. That's our government for you. But that drilling rig downtown Elk City that is getting a fresh coat of paint has it was used in that Plowshare program, putting nuclear bombs down in the ground. How about the guy that came up with that idea? And then the guy that okayed 2 more of them. December 11th, 1950, federal offshore grows beyond the cannon shot. After decades of controversy and a 1947 U.S. Supreme Court decision, the federal government's paramount rights offshore were established beyond a 3 nautical mile limit, an 18th century precedent based on the theoretical maximum range of a smooth bore cannon. The nation's highest court prohibited any further offshore development without federal approval. In 1954, the Bureau of Land Management held the first outer continental shelf lease sale, earning the government almost $130 million. And then December 11th, 1972, first geologist walks on the moon. Astronaut and geologist Harrison Jack Schmitt stepped on the moon, joining Apollo 17 mission commander Eugene Cernan. Lunar experiments included a surface gravimeter to measure buried geological structures near the landing site. Schmitt also returned with the largest lunar sample ever collected. Schmitt, who in 1964 received a Ph.D. in geology from Harvard, was the first and last scientist on the moon. According to Cernan, when they left the Taurus Withrow Valley landing site on December 14, 1972, he and the lunar geologists were the last of 12 men to walk on the moon. A 19th century petroleum product, kerosene, fueled all of those Apollo launches. December 13th, 1905, hybrids evolved with gas shortage fears. The available supply of gasoline, as it is well known, is quite limited, and it behooves the far-seeing men of the motor car industry to look for likely substitutes, proclaimed the monthly journal Horseless Age. The magazine, first published in 1895, described early motor technologies, including the use of compressed air propulsion systems, electric cars, steam and diesel power, as well as hybrids. About the time of the first American Auto Show in November of 1900, engineer Ferdinand Porsche introduced his gas-electric mixte in Europe. The hybrid used a 4-cylinder gasoline engine to generate electricity. The engine powered two 3-horsepower electric motors mounted on the front wheel hubs. The car could achieve a top speed of 50 miles an hour. December 13, 1931, Oilfield discovered in Conroe, Texas. Independent producer George Strake Sr. completed his South Texas Development Company's #1 well 8 miles southeast of Conroe, Texas, where he had leased 8,500 acres by the end of 1932. The oil field was producing more than 65,000 barrels of oil a day. But disaster struck in the Conroe field in 1933 when derricks and equipment collapsed into a burning crater of oil. The fire would be put out thanks to relief wells drilled by George E. Failing and his newly patented truck-mounted drilling rig, the first workover rig, if you will, and H. John Eastman, who employed new technologies that allowed the bit burrowing into the ground at strange angles. Directional drilling. That's all back in 1933. You can learn more about that in technology in the Conroe crater. December 13th, 1985, Route 66 decertified. Route 66, the mother road of modern highways since 1926, was decertified by the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials, which also voted to remove all Route 66 signs. Once stretching more than 2,400 miles from Illinois to California, the historic route was trailblazed in 1857 by a War Department expedition that included camels as pack animals. During World War II, automobiles and trucks on the iconic roadway helped to facilitate the single greatest wartime mobilization of labor in the history of the nation, notes the National Park Service. By 1985, Route 66 narrow asphalt paving and antiquated structure were bypassed by the interstate system. Route 66 centennial celebrations are planned for this next year to promote preservation, research, education, and economic development along the route. It didn't take them long to realize that Route 66 was the, like our Lieutenant Governor said, voted one of the top 25 by National Geographic, top 25 destinations to see in the world. Route 66, 364 miles of it in Oklahoma, the most mileage of any state along the route. And Oklahoma's getting ready for that big deal. September 14th, 1981, dowsing, no help in finding Minnesota oil. Divining or dowsing, seeking oil investors, a Minnesota promoter proclaimed that dowsing with copper wires had located petroleum deposits in Nobles County, according to the Minneapolis Tribune, which reported the promoter had hired a Texas oil man and evangelist to lead a prayerful search for oil. Despite no geological evidence, local investors paid $175,000 to drill a well that found no indication of oil or natural gas after reaching a depth of 1,500 feet. The Minnesota Geological Survey had reported in 1980 that of the state's 17 exploratory wells drilled in suitable geologic settings, zero discovered commercial quantities of oil. The survey concluded the geologic conditions for significant deposits of oil and gas do not exist in Minnesota. However, there is a lot of things that exist in Minnesota right now, and it ain't good. Ain't good at all. This has been Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society. As I read the internet right here on Explore, Energy Radio Show. I'm glad to do it. Are you needing a mic here?
Oh no, I'll wait till you come back.
No, I'm gonna bring it to you.
I just want to give Shawn Wilson a little credit where nobody else really knows what he can do with 3.5, 8, 7. If you remember his fireworks story, he had a firework accident,
Sure
but he can still make a coffee pot and make it work.
Working like a champ, ain't it?
We got a coffee pot here at the station probably since I've been here, 25 years or so.
It's amazing. A couple parts, and you take what would cost $500 to replace, and you fix it for about $40.
Yeah. So now we got hot coffee again.
By God,
and we're back at it. It was only down a week.
Only down a week,
Only down a week.
And that was
coffee,
because of shipping around the holidays.
I know
season.
you know our shows are pepping up a little bit because now we've got coffee here. Thanks to Shawn Wilson and his great technique of putting a coffee pot 25 to 40 years old back together. Thank you, Shawn.
Cleaning all the shale out of it, too, all the lime deposits. You're welcome, Gabe. We're going to take a break. Be back with the final mop-up segment of today's Exploring Energy Radio Show right here on 96.5 KECO. This has been Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org website. Get on, navigate, click on send the free newsletter. They don't hit you for money. They just give you information about what happened this month in oilfield history. Be back with more right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Elk City Lube and Wash offers quick lube service and has 4 self-serve car wash bays plus 1 automatic touchless car wash with on-site services including oil and fuel service on gasoline and diesel vehicles, including motorcycles, differential service, also vacuum bays with a vending machine and a carpet shampooer. And Elk City Lube and Wash is your authorized Schaefer lubricant distributor. Schaefer products provide advanced lubricants for improved performance, reliability, and economy. Elk City Lube and Wash, 316 Northeastern Avenue in Elk City, 1/2 mile north of Walmart. Proudly owned and operated by Phil and Mary Wynn.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
It's here. The new Elk City Ace Home Center, 2001 South Main Street in Elk City is now open. And the grand opening is this Saturday. Join the KECO Rolling Radio Show live from noon to 4. They'll have sign-ups and giveaways from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. with great prizes like grills, Yeti coolers, Bluetooth speakers, DeWalt tool kits, and more. They'll also have food trucks from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and free coffee, donuts, and a hot cocoa bar. Plus pictures with Santa. Make plans now to be at the Elk City grand opening of the all-new Elk City Ace Home Center this Saturday. Doors open at 7:30 a.m.
We rent most everything, from backhoes to mowers to lifts and chainsaws. DJ's Rentals and Sales, 225-1400 on South Main in Elk City.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Okay, my lovely assistant has joined me. This show brought to you in part by Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources. SOAR, part of the OERB. They got an upcoming training opportunity. It's called AI Robotics and the Future Data Management of the Energy Industry. You can join them for an engaging discussion with a panel of experts on AI, robotics, and the future of data management, exploring how content and analytics drive smarter decisions from the whiteboard to the boardroom here in the energy industry. That's going to be December the 11th. Get yourself registered before December 10th at 5 p.m. AI, robotics, and the future of data management. Okay? So you got to get registered by the end of business today. Today is the 10th. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. Click on Producer Education at the top. A little drop-down comes, put upcoming workshops. And right there at the top, it just says register here. You click that blue button, and it's that simple. It's free. It's a Zoom meeting. It's tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. AI, robotics, and the future of data management in the energy industry is the topic of the continuing education opportunity tomorrow, thanks to SOAR, Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, part of the OERB. This hour's weather forecast brought to you as a service of Carter Electric in Elk City, owned and operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain. They're the ones who help you see the light of day even at night, even after hours, or on the weekends. If your power goes out, you can call Carter Electric. They provide 24-hour emergency electrical service. And you want to make sure your power stays on regardless? Well, Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. They don't just throw those out to anybody. Got to be qualified. They can size it, they can sell it to you, they can install it, and they can come back and service it. And a lot of electric work goes on overhead. Carter Electric understands that. That's why they have pole trucks and man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric. Call them at 225-2447. 225-2447. Tell them you heard about it on the Exploring Energy Radio show. And with our weather forecast, here's my lovely assistant, TJ. What do you got, girl?
Today we're sunny with a high near 56, north wind 15 to 20 miles per hour, decreasing 6 to 11 miles per hour this afternoon. Tonight we're mostly clear with a low around 36, light west-southwest wind becoming southwest 6 to 11 miles per hour in the evening. Thursday sunny with a high near 66, southwest 11 to 13 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Friday sunny with a high near 59, north-northeast wind 10 to 16 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24. Saturday sunny with a high near 58. Sunday sunny with a high near 44. Monday, partly sunny with a high near 56. And Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 60.
Okay.
No chances of rain.
No, that's sad. We got to pray for some rain. We are definitely dry.
Yes, we are.
Here's some energy news in my briefs. OG&E announced that on December 3rd, 2025, Mr. Donnie O. Jones, Vice President, Utility Operations of OG&E, notified OG&E Energy that he plans to retire at the year-end 2026. The U.S. Department of Energy, the DOE, today announced $11 million in awards to 5 U.S. companies to develop and license newer modified transportation packages for high-assay, low-enriched uranium. The announcement was made during the U.S. Secretary of Energy Chris Wright's visit to the Idaho National Laboratory, marking the final stop on his ongoing tour of all 17 DOE national laboratories. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders addressed the future of energy in Arkansas on Monday at the annual Arkansas Electric Cooperative Corporation. And a staff member of the American Gas Association, the AGA, joined key interviews for Maryland Governor Wes Moore's latest appointments to the Public Service Commission, which regulates Maryland utilities, according to the documents obtained by the Energy and Policy Institute. AJA is the trade association for investor-owned monopoly gas distribution utilities, including several member companies regulated by the PSC, and that is the Public Service Commission, including Baltimore Gas and Electric, Columbia Gas of Maryland, and Washington Gas and Light. Pueblo, Colorado's transit fleet is poised for an upgrade following a nearly $16 million federal grant aimed at replacing diesel buses with hybrids. The U.S. Department of Transportation awarded $15.7 million to Pueblo Transit as part of its Buses and Bus Facilities Program and Low or No Emission Program, the transportation agency announced. As U.S. natural gas prices jump to a 3-year high, coal has become a cheaper power generation fuel for utilities. which are set to run coal-fired generators harder this winter. U.S. benchmark natural gas prices at Henry Hub have jumped from $4.23 per million British thermal units at the start of November to above $5 by early December. Early on Friday, the front month futures price was just a little over $5. It's come down a skosh from there. Here's some from around the world. Iraq's oil ministry has revealed that it has sent out extensive exclusive invitations to several major U.S. energy firms to develop the country's huge West Kurna 2 oil field following the withdrawal of Russian oil number 2 Lukoil after Washington ratcheted up sanctions on Moscow. Kazakhstan will supply 50,000 metric tons of crude to China directly from the Kazakhstan oil field in December after a Ukrainian drone damaged the Caspian Pipeline Consortium at the Black Sea terminal, Reuters reported. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva ordered his cabinet on Monday to craft a roadmap to reduce dependence on fossil fuels, a promise the country made as host of United Nations climate talks last month. Talk comes cheap, boys. The protective shield at the Chernobyl power plant can no longer contain radioactive material due to damage caused by a drone strike earlier this year. The UN's nuclear watchdog has warned. In February, the plant was damaged by a drone armed with a warhead, which pierced the outer shell, helping prevent radiation leaks from Chernobyl's reactor number 4. Ukrainians said Russia was behind the attack, but the Kremlin denied responsibility. Boy. They got some troubles going on over there. They're shooting at each other's nuclear power plants. Unbelievable. What do you got over there as far as energy stock prices? Kind of a mixed bag, or are you looking pretty
mixed.
green?
Nope, it is definitely mixed.
Red and green, it is the season, I guess.
Right? American Electric Power is down 62 cents, trading at $115.45. Apache is down 33 cents at $26.06. Baker Hughes is down 47 cents at $47.22. ConocoPhillips is up 97 cents at $94.38. Devon Energy is down 30 cents at $37.10. EOG Resources is down 94 cents at $108.45. Expand Energy is down $1.25 at $116.25. General Electric is down $1.71 at $283.60. Halliburton is down 2 cents at $28.58. Helmerich & Payne is up 4 cents at $29.79. Liberty Energy is up 49 cents, trading at $20.24. Occidental Petroleum is down 1 cent, trading at $41.30. OG&E Energy is down 9 cents at $42.98. One Oak is down 34 cents at $74.62. Phillips 66 is up 39 cents at $140.27. Sandridge Energy is down 20 cents, trading at $14.85. Schlumberger is up 13 cents at $38.46. And Williams Companies is down 41 cents at $61.15.
Okay, Big Elk TV. All right, starting tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Skinny's going to be getting mailed down at Childress, Texas again. He'll follow the Big Elks down there this time for their tournament. Time still to be announced, but yeah, okay, he's going to give it to me. Noon tomorrow. 4 o'clock Friday, and then depending on win-loss is what Saturday will bring. Oh, could play Friday again. So there are the times for BigElkTV.com and the boys at the Childress Tournament. ParagonTV.com, the best of the Southwest tournaments. Eric versus Boise City at 8:20 p.m. Chattanooga Tournament, Sentinel Girls versus Granfield at 1:10 p.m. These are games that are going to be tomorrow. Sentinel Boys at Fletcher at 2:30. Washita State Bank Classic, Canute Girls versus Burns Flat Dale City Girls at 12:30 p.m. Canute Boys at Oklahoma Bible versus Oklahoma Bible Academy at the Washita State Bank Classic. Moreland Tournament, Merritt Boys at Texoma at 2:15 p.m. The Minko Tournament, Hammond Girls versus Southwest Covenant at 11, and Hammond Boys versus the Academy at 3 p.m. Don't miss a minute. Watch live or on demand at ParagonTV.com. You can check out the classics. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week free channel, streaming nonstop replays and classic matchups only at ParagonTV.com for a low membership price of $9.99 a month. You get all 8 schools, live programming, archive programming, all the new stuff with the kids and the highlights of the programs with Lexi and more on ParagonTV.com. And the multi-view.
Yes.
Like I said, you can get on there and just see which team is playing, which teams are not. So that's all at ParagonTV.com. Okay, well, TJ, we've got a big remote coming up Saturday.
Do we?
Yes, it's the Ace grand opening.
Oh, yeah.
The new Ace Home Center. If you haven't had a chance to go in there, you need to. And if not, wait until the big grand opening. They're going to be having tons of giveaways. They've got food trucks that are going to be there. The KECO Rolling Radio Show will be there from noon to 4 for our remote there. In fact, Friday, we're going to do Jimmy's Ag Show from there live on Friday, and then be back Saturday. It's going to be a big day. The doors open at 7:30 on Saturday, and it's going to last all day long. They've got tons of giveaways and some really good stuff. You don't have to be present to win, but you have to be present to register to win. Right. So come on out and see us. It's the Ace grand opening. It's a beautiful facility. I know you and I went out there, and it's on the lumber end. It's like big old gigantic Lowe's right here in Elk City.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot more stuff they're going to be adding to the store, but still, that store is wonderful. If you haven't had a chance, you need to get out there and check it out.
Absolutely.
This weekend would be a great time to do it, as they're going to have some coffee and some donuts, some free refreshments, all kinds of good stuff. That is going to be this weekend on KECO's Wild West Rolling Radio Show, the Ace grand opening from noon to 4 o'clock. Don't you dare miss it. On behalf of all of our great sponsors and for my lovely assistant, TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
I'm CJ Papa. Making America affordable again. The major message from President Trump last night during his address to supporters in Pennsylvania while bashing Democrats.
Democrats talking about affordability is like Bonnie and Clyde preaching about public safety.
The president discussed energy prices.
Right now, drilling more oil than we've ever done ever before. Prices are way down.
Price of gas, a gallon of regular lands at $2.94. That from AAA, down 5 cents from a week ago. And Democrat leader Chuck Schumer and 4 other colleagues from the Senate will meet with Americans who rely on Obamacare tax credits to pay for health care. If lawmakers don't find a solution, premiums will skyrocket pricing out millions. And not much movement in the pre-market as the Federal Reserve will deliver its decision on interest rates. That's coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern. America's listening to Fox News.
This Christmas season, give the gift of true Western style. At Circle A Western, you'll find boots, jeans, jackets, hats, and the perfect gifts for everyone on your list. From the ranch hands to the rodeo fans and every cowboy and cowgirl in between. Whether you're shopping for something practical, something stylish, or something that'll make them smile on Christmas morning, we've got it waiting for you. Stop in, shop local, and wrap up a little Western magic this holiday season. Circle A Western, where hometown Christmas meets true Western style.
3000 West 3rd Street, Elk City. Find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Whether you need a drink,
somebody pour me a drink, somebody bum me a smoke,
or another drink,
everybody at the bar get tips.
We got you covered.
You're in Cowboy Country, 96.5 KECO.
Past 18, he was waiting on a bus and his army green sat down in a booth in a cafe there, gave his order to a girl with a bow in her hair. He's a little shy, so she gave him a smile. He said,